Ask Yuri. You've got a health and fitness question? I've got an answer. Hey, how's it going? Yuri here. Welcome to another Ask Yuri video. Today's question comes from Matthew, who posted a question on my Facebook page, who wants to know, after listening to one of my Super Nutrition Academy Health Class podcast episodes, I know that's a mouthful, where we're talking a lot about fats and vegetable oils, he wants to know which is the best oil for cooking. Well, Matthew, and for anyone else who's wondering the same question, I'm going to make it very simple for you in this video. The best type of fat to use in cooking is a fat that is stable when heated, and that basically means a saturated fat. Saturated fats are solid at room temperature. They contain no double bonds, if that means anything to you, which essentially means that they are not as susceptible to damage from heat, light, or oxygen. If we look at canola oil and other vegetable oils, they're very, very sensitive to those three different things. So if you put canola oil or vegetable oil in a pan and heat it, well, automatically what you're doing is you're turning that oil into a rancid, problematic oil that you're now going to put into your body. And we're seeing, I don't even know why it's taken so long for researchers to finally uncover this, but vegetable oils are very problematic for your health. So don't cook with them, please. Use butter, which is a saturated fat predominantly, or coconut oil, which is one of the only plant-based sources of saturated fats. Let me just clear the air here. Neither one of them is going to make you fat. Why? Well, first of all, you're not eating enough of butter or coconut oil to really make a difference. But second of all, they contain short and medium chain triglycerides, which the body actually breaks down and burns as fuel very readily. Okay? Now, I talk a lot about this in Super Nutrition Academy in Module 3, where we cover fats in detail. But understand this, that even if you ate, let's look at the French as an example, the French paradox as it's known. Even though they eat copious amounts of butter and heavy cream, why is it that they're not as obese as North Americans? Is it because of the red wine they're drinking? Probably not. Is it because they're walking more than we do? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, they eat a lot of wholesome foods, which includes butter and whole cream and stuff, but they're not necessarily as fat as Americans or North Americans are. Conversely, we have North Americans who on average are consuming about 10% of their calories from vegetable oils like canola, corn oil, soybean oil, which all create huge amounts of inflammation inside the body, increase your risk of stroke and cardiovascular disease, increase your risk of impotence and erectile dysfunction, because all of that's the same when we're talking about the cardiovascular system and arteries. So it's very, very problematic. So we want to look back at stable fats. Coconut oil is tremendous and it has amazing healing properties. Medium chain triglycerides, they're actually burned as carbohydrates in the body. They're not stored as fuel necessarily. And they're very, very good because the coconut oil has a lot of antimicrobial, antibacterial properties, and it's very stable for cooking purposes. And it adds a nice little flavor to some of your dishes. Butter is awesome as well. Okay, there's nothing wrong with butter. Just make sure that it's organic. It's coming from good grass-fed, cows, and that's really it. With the coconut oil, just make sure that it's extra virgin, okay? Which basically means that it's been, very, very minimally processed, and that's very important. So, very simple, straightforward answer for you today. The best cooking oils are coconut oil and butter because they are saturated fats. They're stable at high temperatures, which means they're not going to go rancid and they're not going to cause damage, free radical damage, and high amounts of inflammation inside your body. Capiche? Awesome. All right. So if you want more information on this kind of stuff, join me at supernutritionacademy.com. Just check it out. I won't even ruin the surprise. I'll see you there. And until the next video, have a great day. Thanks for joining me.